We have fuel for the next 500 to 1,000 years under our feet. And they're trying like hell to save a half an ounce of fuel. The whole thing is just crazy.
It's President Donald Trump yesterday announcing changes to emission standards for automobiles, saying it's going to save thousands of dollars on new vehicle purchases, getting a rule taken away that he says was ridiculous. It is Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Of course, the president's announcement comes with criticism from those who oppose his policies, and we touch on all of that here with you for Illinois in Focus Daily. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to wake up with us each and every weekday morning here, but you can also check out the new program that the Center Square launched called the Center Square Daily right here at the Center Square. But let's get into this. President Donald Trump yesterday holding a news conference talking about all of the things he's planning on doing with the automobile industry. And the automobile industry obviously has a lot of components to it. And, you know, you've got gas-powered vehicles, you've got hybrid vehicles, you've got electric vehicles, all the discussion about gas taxes and infrastructure funding and so on. The president talking yesterday about this very thing, saying that indeed he believes that they're making the right call and they have plenty of energy to be able to not have to worry about saving a few drops of gas here and there.
This is now taking it to a level that I think, Lee, that nobody ever thought even possible. They thought this was, nobody would have the courage to do it. We have to have the courage to do it because we're making America great again. This is a big factor in making our country great. If you look at some of these cars, they didn't even work. They had computers all over the place trying to save a half an ounce of fuel. We have fuel for the next 500 to 1,000 years under our feet, and they're trying like hell to save a half an ounce of fuel. The whole thing is just crazy. Over $100 billion is going to be spent in this very short period of time just by foreign auto companies on building auto plants in the United States. The greatest thing that ever happened to the United Auto Workers.
And he says that's why he got the support of the auto workers by having that promise of bringing more manufacturers into the United States and also lowering the costs. But Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul putting out this statement yesterday saying that in response to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's final rule rescinding the 2009 endangerment finding, which determined that greenhouse gas emissions from motor vehicles contribute to air pollution, that is the root cause of climate change and endangers the public's health and welfare. Raoul says rescinding this finding will undo progress we have made to address climate change by eliminating existing EPA greenhouse gas emission standards for vehicles and undermining the EPA's mandate to regulate harmful air pollution that causes climate change. Raoul said, I will continue to push back and defend science-backed emission standards that protect the environment and our health. He explains in his statement, the EPA's rescission of the endangerment finding rests on the flawed assertion, which is contrary to Supreme Court precedent, Raoul says, that it lacks legal authority to regulate greenhouse gas emissions. The rescission also ignores longstanding scientific evidence that greenhouse gases cause climate change, endangering the public's health and welfare. The rule eliminates existing and future federal greenhouse gas standards for vehicles, violating the agency's legal obligations and fundamental responsibility to protect the public's health and welfare from environmental harm. 2009 endangerment finding was the direct result of landmark 2007 Supreme Court opinion in Massachusetts v. EPA, won by Illinois and its partner states. The ruling confirmed the EPA's authority under the Clean Air Act to regulate greenhouse gas emissions that threaten the public's health and welfare. After more than 2 years of scientific review, the EPA determined that greenhouse gas emissions from motor vehicles contribute to air pollution that harms the public's health and welfare. The agency then set standards to limit motor vehicle greenhouse gas emissions. Raoul joined a coalition in 2025, submitting 2 comments for this proposal, arguing that it would violate settled law, clear Supreme Court precedents, and scientific consensus, and it would endanger hundreds of millions of Americans, particularly communities disproportionately burdened by environmental harms. So the Attorney General quick to come out with that statement, but clearly the president not seeming to back down from this.
I tell them, don't worry about it because it has nothing to do with public health. This was all a scam, a giant scam. This was a ripoff of the country by Obama and Biden. And let's say Obama started it and got it rolling. And a terrible ripoff. They'll have more money to spend for health care. If you look at it, now they can go out and spend it on something that's meaningful. And nobody's doing more for health care than the Republican Party.
We'll hear a lot more about health care, but that rule being rescinded and the president saying it's going to save thousands of dollars for vehicles. And he also touted having more manufacturers come to the United States, and that's going to help the economy as well, and so on. So there's the latest on vehicle emission standards and the ongoing back and forth between a Republican president and Illinois' Democratic Attorney General. And gosh, I don't even know how many lawsuits there are. I think 50 plus or something. All right, it is Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Be sure to be with us here for the Center Square Daily later on today with the Center Square.